In a significant move that has stirred the pot in the health and wellness industry, federal health authorities are now targeting telehealth companies that are promoting unofficial alternatives to prescription medications, particularly those aimed at weight loss. This initiative marks a pivotal moment in the ongoing efforts by the Trump administration to regulate pharmaceutical advertising more stringently. On Tuesday, the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, took a bold step by issuing over 100 warning letters to various online prescribing companies and drug manufacturers, including the well-known telehealth provider Hims/Hers. This company has rapidly grown into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise by offering lower-cost alternatives to popular obesity treatments. The FDA's warning specifically called out Hims/Hers for making false and misleading claims on its website. The agency highlighted that the company suggested its customized products contained the same active ingredient as FDA-approved medications like Wegovy and Ozempic. However, the formulations in question are produced by specialty compounding pharmacies, which do not undergo the same rigorous review process by the FDA as approved drugs do. In the warning letter dated September 9th, the FDA stated, "Your claims imply that your products are the same as an FDA-approved product, when they are not." This assertion raises important questions about the transparency and accuracy of health claims made by telehealth companies. In response, Hims/Hers expressed its willingness to collaborate with the FDA, stating, "Our website and our customer-facing materials note that compounded treatments are not approved or evaluated by the FDA." This acknowledgement indicates a recognition of the regulatory landscape they are navigating. This action by the FDA represents a significant shift in how the agency is approaching online health platforms like Hims, which have long maintained that they are not bound by the same advertising regulations that govern traditional pharmaceutical marketing. Additionally, the FDA issued separate warning letters to manufacturers of GLP-1 drugs, addressing concerns about a 2024 infomercial featuring Oprah Winfrey. Regulators criticized the 42-minute segment produced by Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk for creating a misleading impression regarding the safety of drugs like Zepbound and Wegovy, which are associated with serious, potentially life-threatening risks. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a vocal critic of the pharmaceutical industry, has previously argued that obesity can be effectively managed through diet and exercise alone, rather than relying solely on medications. Recently, a memo signed by President Donald Trump instructed Kennedy and the FDA to ensure that pharmaceutical advertisements across television, social media, and other platforms are truthful and non-misleading. The letters issued by the FDA included cease and desist language, marking a departure from the agency's usual bureaucratic style, which typically cites specific regulations in a more formal manner. This new approach signals a more aggressive stance in regulating misleading health claims. Hims/Hers has been under scrutiny for some time now. Earlier this year, the company aired a Super Bowl advertisement that highlighted the benefits of its weight loss medications, but failed to mention any potential side effects or risks associated with these drugs. FDA regulations mandate that advertisements must provide a balanced view of both the benefits and risks of medications. Dr. Marty Makary, a prominent figure in the medical community, criticized the ad in the Journal of the American Medical Association, labeling it a brazen example of how advertising contributes to America's growing dependence on pharmaceuticals for health solutions. Initially, Hims and similar companies focused on providing affordable generic versions of medications for issues like hair loss and erectile dysfunction. However, the surging demand for obesity treatments has opened new avenues for these companies to market cheaper alternatives. The FDA allows for compounding, or the customized production of medications, when there is a shortage of the official FDA-approved versions. Recently, the FDA determined that GLP-1 drugs no longer qualified as being in shortage, which should have curtailed compounding practices. However, An exception exists for prescriptions that are tailored to individual patients, which Hims and others have capitalized on by offering personalized dosages and formulations, claiming these provide additional benefits. Following the FDA's actions, shares of Hims Hers Health Inc., based in San Francisco, saw a decline of over 6.47% in trading on Tuesday. The letters released on Tuesday originated from the FDA's Drug Center, while a separate letter from the FDA's Vaccine Division criticized a television advertisement for AstraZeneca's FluMist vaccine. The FDA pointed out that the ad's background music and visual distractions detracted from important information regarding side effects. This letter was signed by Dr. Vinay Prasad, the FDA vaccine chief, who is known to be an ally of Kennedy and recently returned to his position after a brief hiatus. Consumer advocates and researchers have long expressed concerns that the upbeat imagery often used in drug advertisements overshadows critical discussions about potential side effects. Studies have shown that patients who are exposed to these advertisements are more likely to inquire about the medications, even if they do not meet the criteria for prescription. In 2015, the American Medical Association, the largest physician organization in the U.S., supported a ban on such advertisements, citing their role in inflating demand for newer and more expensive drugs. As the conversation around pharmaceutical advertising continues to evolve, it raises important questions. Are we doing enough to protect consumers from misleading health claims? How can we ensure that patients receive balanced information about the medications they are considering? We invite you to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below.